Hi friends, we're here today to go over what worked on the farm for 25. We had some challenges. We were going to talk about them, be open and honest about all of our fails, and see, we'll do, the next video will be probably our goals, but we'll talk about what worked and what didn't work in this video. I'm Jen, this is Andy.
I'm Andy.
I always talk for him too, so sorry.
It's best that way.
We are just another mile ranch. We haven't really done an intro video, and we should probably do that sometime so people can kind of know our story. But if you guys are here watching, we're just gonna start in today with what worked and what didn't work for last year. It's a good way to finish out the year. Okay. Do you want to start? Where do you want to start?
Well, you got milking on there first. That's
I kind of went in order of the year is what I was thinking. So our milking scenario, we had a first year heifer this year, and so that included from the very beginning like training. She had never been milked before. She calved great. She was a great mom, so that was awesome. We started milking in March. Should have started a little bit earlier right away, but just lack of knowledge. We did not know what we were doing. We have had a milk cow before for a short period, and then stuff happened. She ended up dying last year. It's always traumatic. And so this year we had brand new setup, new cow, new everything. So, but overall it went awesome.
Yeah, this year was really successful with the milking. I was very much appreciated of having a milk cow on the farm. It was amazing. I didn't realize how much she would add to the farm having fresh milk. It was amazing. We
fed chickens with clabber from the milk. We fed the pigs a lot of milk, and of course we consumed all that we possibly could.
Yeah, nothing went to waste. Yeah.
No, not at all. We had milk, we had ice cream, we had sour cream, we attempted cheese. We'll talk about cheese in the fails.
Yeah.
I didn't put that on the list, but it was a big fail. Farmhouse cheeses, those went good. And yeah, put cheese down there. Sour cream was amazing, and I don't even like sour cream, but it was really good. Yogurt, of course. Any other cheese favorites?
Dairy favorites.
Of course, the dogs are barking in the background.
Yeah.
Little dogs.
Having the half and half for your coffee was amazing. I switched my breakfast drink to straight raw milk, which was awesome and convenient.
And it helped your heartburn.
Yeah, got rid of the heartburn. Yeah, it was.
So that was pretty cool. A lot of health benefits
it was
with
pretty
raw milk.
amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Calving, we had 6 calves, and it all went well. We didn't have any that we had to bottle feed. Last year we had 2 that we had to bottle feed, and so this year everybody did it on their own.
Completely hands off. Cows took care of everything. That's a plus.
That was a big plus. And then we ended up selling 2 cow-calf pairs and kept 4.
And prices were up, so that was great. That really helped out paying the food bill.
Yeah. The big tiller got it going.
we bought a tiller on an auction that was very well used. You know, buying stuff at an auction, you never know. You get to look at it or whatever, but you don't know anything really about it. And we just took a gamble and purchased one. We knew the manufacturer just lived like 2 hours south of us, so we knew we could get all the parts we needed. It's very old, like from the 60s. The guys, even from the manufacturer, couldn't put a date on it, so it was really old. But all the parts are still made, still the same, so we were able to rebuild that. And we actually have a friend that works in a machine shop and was able to straighten out the main shaft that holds all the tines, and that was the biggest problem with it. And he straightened it up to be absolutely perfect, which was amazing. Thing runs as smooth as a brand new one. I kid you not, it's amazing. And it's 50 plus years old. So, but yeah, we were able to till up all of our fields, get replanted. We tilled up an area for an arena for our kids and grandkids, and get replanted. And that was a very big success for us. Yeah.
And the fields got replanted.
Yeah.
That was a big deal. That took a lot of time.
Yeah.
This year, getting
Yeah, it
stuff
chewed up a
replanted.
lot of time to be. I mean, you think about building fences or building sheds or whatever, but repairing the field, getting the
It's a lot of tractor time.
Yeah, getting the right stuff in the field for what you're trying to do is important as well. So but it did chew up a lot of time.
Yeah. I think I felt that we would have been farther ahead on some things if we didn't have to replant the fields. Okay, next thing.
We bought a new lawnmower this year, which turned out awesome. Little a zero turn lawnmower, and we can get things mowed up in a couple hours instead of a 2-day process. So we were able to maintain, it takes our maintenance way down, having a newer machine and something that does it properly. You can buzz up and down the side of the driveways and around the trees and
The stuff that you can't get with the big tractor lawnmower.
Yeah, and was very, very helpful. Saved a lot of time. So that was a good one.
We bought an incubator, and it happened to be right at the time where people were really struggling getting eggs and chickens, and people were just concerned about getting birds this year. And so we bought an incubator and hatched several batches of chicks, and I think we made about $600 on that. It paid for the incubator plus an extra couple $100. We only needed one bag of chick food, so it was the other expenses in it were so minimal because all the eggs came from our own chickens. So that was a plus, and now we have it and it's paid for, and we'll be able to hatch our own birds in the coming years with it. So that was pretty cool. That was a success.
Yeah, that was a pretty fluky deal. I came home from Coastal one day and there was a waiting list of people that wanted chicks. There was like at least 2 or 3 pages long, and I walked in the door and I says, buy an incubator right now.
So we did.
So we did. And then literally a week later, it went up in price by almost $150, the incubator that we bought. So
yeah,
the timing on that was impeccable.
that was pretty good.
It worked pretty awesome. And keeping the chicks around was a little bit trouble, a little bit of struggle, but we still managed and got them sold. So it worked out good.
The biggest thing was just trying to get them out the door as quick as possible and make arrangements for people to pick them up.
Yeah, living an hour out of town, it's difficult for people to commit to getting out here, and we don't want to drive them into town. So
yeah. But it worked. We got them done.
Yeah.
This year we did Red Ranger chickens for our meat birds as well as Cornish cross. We've always done the Cornish cross in the past, and kind of out of a whim, I wanted to compare the two. So
yeah, we actually did both.
Yeah, we had 2 batches of Cornish cross. We did 50 in a batch, and then I added an extra 25 Red Rangers. And I love the Red Rangers. I don't want to go back to the Cornish cross, honestly.
Yeah. They were a lot easier to maintain and just move around the field.
They didn't die.
They didn't die on you, even at the beginning when they were chicks, and at the end when they get too heavy or they're not moving as well. They don't get broken legs. They don't.
It's super hot here in the summer.
Yeah,
It just
Cornish cross
bakes here, and the Cornish cross do not do well in that kind of heat.
Yeah, last year, the year prior.
It was last year.
Was it just last year?
Just last year.
We had a heat wave really early on, and our chicks were just about ready to butcher. We lost 9 in one day.
Yeah.
Simply because it got too hot and we couldn't keep up.
And
with
we
it.
had like water on them, shade cloth over the chicken. I mean, everything. We did everything we possibly could, and it was just terrible because you put all that money into them, and then
all the work,
all the money, and they just die.
Yeah.
Like literally, it was the week before we were supposed to butcher.
Yeah.
So
Right
it was
before.
very last minute.
Sure. Well, I mean, obviously, they were moved better in the field. They're just a healthier bird. They forage better. They eat more grass. They still came out. I mean, they don't get quite as big. You don't get, the big, huge
9 pounders,
7, 8 pounders,
8.9,
which honestly
8.6.
is good in my mind. It's nice to have a chicken that size and have nice, big cuts of meat, but they just don't hold up in the heat. So with that, they don't die on you, and they're just more resilient. And I think even so, I mean, the next list you have is the processing, which processing the Red Ranges was just as easy.
It was, even though they have the feathers, they're a little bit hot. The feathers don't fall off of the birds like they do with the
But with
Cornish
the plucker,
cross.
the plucker, it worked great.
Yeah, it might have been a little harder with if you were doing it by hand.
Yeah, you're doing it by hand. It's definitely going to take a little bit more time. They do have longer legs, so you get these big old feet and legs compared to a Cornish cross.
The feet on the Cornish were actually bigger than the Rangers, but the leg is longer.
Leg is longer.
In the video of the bone broth, I showed the legs of the Cornish cross compared to the Red Rangers, and the Cornish cross was still, the foot itself is a lot bigger.
Yeah, it's fatter, but the Cornish cross or the Red Rangers are.
I think it's kind of like longer. The thigh.
Yeah,
the thigh is bigger, so kind of a weird thing, but we ended up processing about 75 to 100 birds.
Yeah,
we had some, the Cornish cross that we lost. We only ended up processing the roosters of the Red Rangers. We kept all of the hens, and they turned out to be great egg layers too.
Yeah, and they're they
were just so gentle and nice.
So easy in the coop. You just walk around them. They don't jump them. They're not flighty.
Not flighty at all.
Yeah, they're really easy.
We really liked their personality, so we kept them.
It was a win-win.
See what we can hatch next year out of them.
Win-win on both sides of that.
You won't get a true Red Ranger from hatching eggs from them. I did a little research on that. Not enough yet, but some. And you can't just do a rooster and a hen of a Red Ranger and get another Red Ranger. So because it is a crossbreed, a genetic thing that they've done.
Just like the Cornish.
Yeah. So, but we'll do, we'll hatch some of those with another rooster that we have and see what we come up with. And we also processed we had a bunch of chickens, roosters from the ones we hatched.
Yeah.
And, which we didn't separate them when we sold them, but we kept a batch for new egg layers and had roosters.
And half of those were roosters.
So we did a lot of stew chickens this year.
Yeah, which were a good success actually. I mean, the butchering is a little bit difficult, but because they're so small and they are tougher. But we got how many cans of chicken out of it? You canned up?
At least 24 quarts of chicken
meat, and it is the handiest thing when it comes to.
We've been using that for everything. It was kind of like, will we use this or won't we? Because we don't want to eat just like chicken noodle soup all the time.
Yeah,
but even for made awesome buffalo chicken dip.
Yeah.
And
chicken tacos.
Chicken on your pizza. You just open up a jar.
Yeah. Barbecue chicken on the pizza or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty handy.
You can be in the video too.
Oh yeah, we gotta have a cute face in here too, right?
So processing was good. That was the Red Rangers. Hi, buddy. Thanks. Cows on pasture.
Oh yes.
Hi.
We have struggled with this in years past.
Since we moved here.
We just didn't know how to make it happen. It was really overwhelming. And
the fencing is expensive.
Yeah, fencing's expensive, time consuming to put in. We don't have good fencing around that we can trust, and our main field has been mainly just for haying, and so there's no fence at all on it, and so been a struggle. But this year we just bit the bullet, bought some of those
Gallagher smart fences.
They have the 4 reels on them. You wind them up, you can string them out. They're 300 and some feet each.
330 feet.
And just got us off the ground, which was great. And so with our replanting this year on our main field, we put in oats and barley as a cover crop. And so that when we hayed the field, it reseeded itself and was coming up like crazy. And we're just sitting there watching this come up, and it's like October and it's still 60, 65 degrees out. And
it was really a bad feeling of wasting it. It was like, I can't believe this is going to sit there and die and go to waste.
Yeah, this is going to go, first frost, this is just going to get all frosted out and die and not get used. So that's what motivated us, just to get them out there. So we only took 3 of our cows out, the ones that were most docile. We spent a little time training them to the electric fence. I think that's important before you get too crazy about just throwing them out in the pasture. We kept them a little close to their pen, so we didn't have to move a water. We just started small, I think, was the big thing. And then within, short amount of time, 3 weeks, I had them across that half of that field that's 16 acres. So it's like 8 acres I just fenced off and got them out there to clean up the regrowth from the oats and barley. And
that's probably cut our food bill down to half
for those. Them. Oh yeah, for those 3 at least.
3?
Yeah,
so it adds up.
And we've gotten them across the whole field. We still don't have any snow yet, so we still put them out there. There's not a lot left for them to eat, so we're still.
The deer have ate it.
Yeah, the deer ate a lot on that second half. But they still go out there and they nibble around, and it's a great feeling to see them out laying on the grass, just chewing their cud instead of in the pens. Anybody looking at doing it, I'd just say just jump in and do it, both feet, because you'll probably make some mistakes or whatever, a cow will get out or whatever, but I think you'll learn so much.
I hate it when a cow gets out.
Yeah, you learn so much, and you'll never go back. So that would be, I would recommend it to anybody. It's just a good feeling. Get them out there. So
yeah. We moved into butcher season in the fall, and last year we had so much to do.
Yeah, we did way too much last year.
Way too much, and that was pretty overwhelming. So we did 6 pigs this year, and we'll end up doing 3 beef as all. Last year we did 7.
Yeah, 7 beef was a lot.
It was a lot.
For us, we're just a small, doing this at home. We do the slaughter ourselves, all the butchering and all the wrapping. We usually require the person to come in that we sold it to come in and help, which is great. Everybody can debone, off of a cow, right? And just get the meat off the bone. And so we ask people to come in and help that purchase beef from us, and usually that goes well. And it did this last year. I think we only did 1 or 2 ourselves, and then the rest we had help from the people that were purchasing the beef. I think it's a great system, but I think we just had too many. 7 beef. We can only do a lot of time. We can only do 1 beef a weekend, and I'm still working a day job, so it was every other weekend. We were slaughtering one weekend, butchering the next weekend. It just got exhausting. It's 8 weeks later, you got 7 beef done, and so that's December, January. It's just like.
It was February. We finished in February.
Finished in February.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was exhausting a bit, but this year it felt very routine. We were able to just go in, get started.
That's one way. You do it so much that year you're like, know what you're doing by the time you're done. So this year was much easier. Yeah,
we just went in and everybody knew what we were doing, what to do. We set up the shop the same way, and it only took us half an hour to set up shop and be ready for the steer in the morning. And so that felt really good to be able to just jump in and get started and not have to think about it too hard. Starts getting to be a little routine. We're 5 years in on butchering our own. Yeah. Our own. So. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good feeling.
Yeah, and from that, mastered the bacon. Yeah. Finally, that was really hard. That was a big deal. We love bacon.
Yeah.
And just couldn't. They make it look so easy.
Yeah.
When you look YouTube would, look for people making it or the recipes.
Yeah.
It's pretty complicated.
Yeah, it's a bunch of math, and I just trust the internet to help me. So we spent, the first year or two,
Well, then when it's not good, you're so mad because you wasted that pork belly.
Yeah, the first year I did bacon, we had some success, but it wasn't great. But it wasn't great, and it was difficult. It was complicated. So I kept trying different things, and it was just fail after fail. It was like 3 years of failing and just
Frustrating.
pretty much, throw the bellies away. It was really bad. But this year, got it dialed into a science, and that's basically what it makes.
And we kind of just came up with our own system.
Yeah. Because we didn't really want to do
combined like two different types.
Yeah, we didn't want to do a wet cure. We wanted a dry cure. The bacon turns out it's a lot more dry, obviously, when you're done, and it just is better tasting, as far as we're concerned, at least. And an easier process. If it's dry, you're not trying to put it in a bag and make sure you got the right amount of water and weigh in the water. It's just, you should link our recipe for the bacon video.
We have a bacon video, and I'll put that in the description.
Yeah, because it's really fairly simple, and
surprisingly simple.
If you get the base down with this recipe, you can do anything else you want to it. You can, if you want to add black pepper, you want to add a seasoning of maple on that, or whatever seasoning that you want to add to it, feel free, but just stick to the main 3 ingredients: the cure, the salt, and the sugar, and keep that the same, and then do anything else you want to it after that, and you could have some great tasting bacon. Great success. It'd be fairly easy.
Pepperoni sticks and sausages. We did brats this year. He did brats. I had no part in that.
We took a lot of, we had a lot of pig this year, a lot of hog, and so we needed to make room. We took all of our old stuff and turned it into brats and snack sticks and
the leftover beef.
And turned that all into the snack sticks and brats, and it turned out very good. Brats are great. The snack sticks I finally got success at. That has been a challenge as well. I did just use a store-bought mix, but just followed the recipe and got the smoking down right, which was part of my problem before. I would smoke it too much, and I don't have a cold smoker. I use a hot smoker, just like a pellet grill. And
so then it was too dry.
It always ended up too dry, chalky, or grainy. But keep the temperature low, and don't get it too hot, and it worked out great.
So our last thing I have on the list of our successes was bookkeeping was much better. We've really struggled. There's just so much going on that it really just gets pushed to the side. And then it comes to tax time, and it's a nightmare and all that. So, and just more particular about keeping track of every little thing that came in. So it was every time we sold a dozen eggs, as we tried to write it down, which that seems so monotonous when you're, selling 10 dozen eggs a week and you're writing down, $5 here and $5 there. We did some milk share stuff and wrote that down and really kept track of our feed this year. So, and that's just something that's been difficult. But
it's been nagging at us, and who's doing it, who's not doing it. Nobody wants to do it
because everybody's busy doing something else.
We all got want to get out and we want to farm, right? We want to be farmers, not bookkeepers.
Exactly.
It's one of those things you just got to buckle down and do. So.
But working on that. It's also a goal for next year to keep it up. Oh gosh. So then now we can go into what didn't work. What were our big fails for last year? Okay, maybe they weren't huge fails, but we weren't happy about them. We want to improve them. Definitely room for improvement.
So we'll start with the pigs. We have a pretty good run for them. And a continuous feeder, and then a barrel water, 55-gallon drum. And we just we had trouble with the water barrel leaking and making a mud hole. And of course, when you get a mud hole, the pigs are going to make a mud hole 10 times bigger every day. So,
They love to play in the mud.
so yeah, I would recommend make sure you got your water under control with the pigs, because
It's also very rocky out there.
yeah, it's really rocky.
But it would take so much work to get those rocks out of there. And
yeah.
it's like rocks like this big. They're not small rocks.
Yeah.
And the more they make mud and dig it up, the more rocks come up. And so it's just been more and more rocks every year.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
ultimately, I think we would like to move them and not even have them in that same spot.
Yeah, we'd love to get them out. Well, on the pasture, so obviously what we'd love to do. But that's a thing as well. Moving them wouldn't be an easy task. But yeah, that was definitely something we have to improve next year.
And we didn't sell them all, so we ended up with a lot of pork this year.
Yeah, we had 6. Anticipating beef prices being too high, we would sell more pork. We didn't sell more pork because pork prices went in the toilet, and people just don't find the value in home-raised pork like they do in the beef. In our neck of the woods, at least it seems like it. They'll go to the store and buy their $2 a pound pork, and we can't even think about competing with that. So
no, we had too much money into them for that. It's just, you can't do it.
Yeah. So we sold a couple of them. We ended up with three in the freezer. Three of our own. Yeah. So a lot of good chance to practice on bacon.
Also, maybe we can sell some of the ground meat. The different sausages. We did a lot of different sausage flavors, and sometimes friends and family will just want to buy like burger, or maybe we're thinking maybe sausages this year, just because they don't want to. It's so expensive to buy a whole animal.
Yeah.
So people will just ask if we have any pork or beef. So maybe we'll be able to sell part of that.
Yeah.
So hopefully.
Yeah.
Because we probably won't eat that much.
No, that's a lot.
A lot. Another fail, the garden was a fail this year. A lot of things. The onions were great.
Yeah.
We had how many pounds? 200 pounds of onions.
200 plus pounds of onions. Yeah.
So the walk-in cooler's full of onions. And I'm glad we can keep them in there. They seem to be holding up well.
Yeah.
I'll probably have to start doing some freeze drying of them and things like that to get through that amount. And the green beans went pretty good.
Yeah,
I did late green beans.
Yeah.
Because my goal was to can like 50 jars, quarts, and I think I did about 30.
Oh, I thought you got to. Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably about 30. I don't recall exactly, but somewhere in there. So, and we really like the canned green beans, and I only had a few jars the year before, and we went through all of those. So,
I think a lot of that failure was because you were busy milking and trying to find, managing your time between the milking and getting back to the garden. By the time you're done milking, it's
hot,
85, 90 degrees out, and we have weed cloth garden, and it's hot.
Yeah.
So
I always joke it's like being on the tarmac because it's like you're out there on the black weed cloth and you're just baking.
So it's like get out there at 4 a.m. or not
and
at all.
That's probably not going to happen with me. Honestly, not that much of a morning person. So this year we're going to make some changes with that. Actually, like try to shrink it down and be condense some things, and we'll talk about that in the next video, our goals. We missed planting some trees. We got them planted too late. A few of them died. And we'll see what actually comes back because we had hoped to get fencing around them, and the deer really got in there.
Yeah, the deer really like to bark and come in and just destroy the tree. So hopefully they didn't get too bad on the bark of the trees. But
last year we actually stuck hot wire around the trees.
Yeah, but it wasn't feasible this year to do
that. The trees, we spread them out in different spots, and the garden is a huge area. It's like quarter acre?
No, 3/4.
3/4? Oh my.
Yeah.
So it's huge, but I wanted that fenced and then to incorporate like orchardy type areas and some different areas. So it's a really big area that's not just garden, but is going to take a lot of fencing. So that's kind of hard, but we're going to work on that. So we didn't get some of our fruit trees planted. We didn't.
grapes, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get our trees planted on the property line. We wanted to do
yeah,
that. We
yeah.
kind of wanted to block off some of the neighbor views a little bit,
Yeah.
and we didn't get that done. And that's kind of a bummer, but we'll try again. And chicken tractor.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've tried a couple different plans for a chicken tractor. You know, one's like
We have a video about that.
Yeah.
I'll link that too.
Yeah, comparing the two.
Yeah.
The one that's not working for us is like the
It's like a cattle
panel
panels
panels arched over and tarped, and then a square bottom. It's just we get too much wind around here, and it just picks it up and blows it away. And you know, staking it down every time you move it is just asking too much. So
because it's like pound the T-posts in to stake it down.
all four
it's
corners.
like, I mean, we're talking like 70-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, at times it's springtime especially is really bad. But yeah, it got picked up, blown across the property and into pieces. The second one, yeah, this happened before.
Yeah, it happened before.
Yeah, so yeah, we're done.
That one's done.
Done putting our energy
done.
into those. We're just gonna stick with the small ones. We just like the idea of being able to step inside,
It is really nice to be able to step inside.
but it's just not feasible around here. So we're gonna stick with the low ones and go with that.
We started with a dozen turkeys. That was a fail and ended up with 5. So we had a lot of turkey death.
And some was at the beginning. Some was at the right. I mean, we lost some chicks.
We lost most of them as chicks, and then we had the one that had the broken feet at the end, or a broken foot or something. It maybe got snagged on something.
Yeah, we're not sure.
Sure what happened.
But
so we ended up with 5.
turkeys have always been. I mean, I like the idea of doing the turkeys. You know, I think it's like a emotional purchase. You know, when you're trying to sell them, people want this big, fancy, nice bird for Thanksgiving or whatever. It's a great idea, but we've tried 3 years?
This is
3
the
years.
3rd year.
Yeah, and the amount that you lose from the turkeys is just we're gonna have to eliminate that in order to make it profitable, make it affordable to raise.
I would like to do heritage turkeys next year and do something that's hardy that can actually hatch on its own, or we can incubate the eggs or something.
Yeah,
I think that would be fun. I'd like to have them around. I like to listen to them and their gobbles.
yeah, they are a fun bird to have around. There's no doubt about that.
We actually put them in with the Red Rangers, which was
so
people are like, you can't put the turkeys with the chickens, and we had them with the chickens up until like the whole time.
The whole time.
Yeah. We did the chickens, we processed the chickens, and then had the turkeys for another couple weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so done with the turkeys, right?
Yeah, turkeys were with the Red Rangers, kind of started there, and that actually went great. So
I didn't have any problem with them because the Red Rangers,
they're very good foragers.
We did it. We did the Red Rangers like you would do the turkeys, and did a bird netting and let them out during the day and put them back in the tractor at night. Unlike the Cornish Cross, that they're constantly in the tractor. So we let them out. So it was. I mean, they worked great with the turkeys like that because they went out into the grass and foraged, and it seemed to work pretty good. So
we have way too many ducks.
Yeah.
So
free range ducks.
They go out into the weeds. They don't really have like a enclosed area anymore because that's been taken over by chickens, the layer hens, because we were selling so many eggs. We have a lot of layer hens. Yeah. So they're just out in the like a kind of a weedy area that like we mow the front half of it but not the back half, because if we mow it all, it's not going to give them no protection from weather and predators. So they go out into the weeds, and all of a sudden you'll have 12, 14 ducklings coming out and swimming in the pond. You're like, oh, there's some more.
Yep.
So I think at one time we were up to like 35 or 40 ducks.
Yeah.
plus the three geese.
Yeah.
So we
we
did
ended up-
process
Yeah, we ended up butchering the
drakes, but it turns out we pulled 10 of them,
and there's 10 more.
and they were hiding in the bushes, and we didn't get enough of them.
Yeah, we didn't get enough of them. So there's still another 20 plus ducks out there.
At least 20 out there
And
still.
it must be good living because
They're thriving.
well, and we do nothing to them. The only bonus part is we collect eggs when we can, and it's pretty much
When they're not hiding them.
It's pretty low maintenance. We chuck a little grain at them, and that's it.
Yeah.
They take care of themselves. So
Now-
that aspect is pretty nice.
Previously, before we had our Anatolian, they would have definitely all been
Oh, yeah,
dead
they
from
would
the
have been-
predators because
yeah.
the coyotes
Coyotes
would
would
just
have
came in and annihilated them.
until they were gone.
Yeah, so with our livestock dog,
That works.
he's been keeping them alive, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's been a bonus, kind of.
Yeah.
Not
If
that
you
I want
want-
to feed the coyotes,
yeah.
but I'd like to keep the coyotes away. But oh gosh,
So we don't need 40 ducks.
no. So we have to try to figure that out and what we're gonna do with them. We have I have a few ideas.
Yeah.
Another fail.
Yeah. Fencing repairs, it's a constant battle.
And expense.
Yeah,
Such
fencing
an
is
expense.
expensive.
Oh my gosh.
We had some, we got horses and our bulls next to each other, and they are very hard on the fences. Especially, I don't know, they both are, but we didn't do ourselves any favor because we didn't hotwire it at the beginning, and we should have spent the money and got a charger,
A very hot one.
and
Powerful.
and then it would have saved our fences. But we didn't, so here we are. Horses are eating the fence, the cows are running through the fence. And
Bulls are hard on fences. Oh
yeah,
my
and if they
goodness.
want through the fence, they're gonna go. They don't really care. If they
really want out.
that cow over there, he's gonna go get her. not a lie, you're gonna stop him.
Not a 2,000-pound bull.
No, and so yeah, it's more of a guideline, for bulls. And then I ended up tagging the gate on the same pen, tagging the gate with the truck, and so the gate's all janked up and stuff. So yeah, and so we just haven't paid much attention to repairs on fencing, and we're paying for it. We're gonna have to focus on that a lot.
Well, some of the fencing, we have pins spread out on both ends of the property, and we have the cows on one end and the bulls and steers on the other end. And the cow end, that fencing was all up already when
Yeah.
we moved here, and it's starting to fall down and become dilapidated, and
Yeah.
so that needs a lot of work as well. And then we put in the bull and horse fencing and didn't do the hot wire. So
Yeah.
we're kind of both ends need
Yeah.
repair now.
Burn the candle on both sides of the property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So big expense. It's always one. It's like there's always so much to spend your money on the farm.
Yeah.
So
You gotta pick and choose.
yeah. So it's really tough. The last thing that was my big fail. Cheese. Really struggling with the cheese, and making a batch of cheese takes 6 hours.
It's a process.
It's a process. It takes all day, and it's we have
You're at least
a
stuck
lot
in
of
the house.
milk, so yeah, stuck in the house. You can do the laundry, you can do a few things, but you're stuck there. And I'm making 6-gallon batches at a time.
Yeah.
And so the cheese, so if anybody's watching that makes cheese, comment,
Yeah. Please help us out.
let us know, because
'Cause we
I
wanna
cannot
replace
find
the
an
cheese.
answer for this.
Yeah.
The cheese is rubbery.
Hmm.
So it ages and everything. It looks like it's fine. We're doing it in vacuum sealing it, putting them in the cooler, and aging it in there. You take it out and it's like rubber. So it won't melt either.
Yeah. It just
It's a very weird thing.
turns
And
soft but doesn't melt.
yeah, you can actually see the oils kind of bubble out of it, but
Yeah.
it doesn't melt. So
And it's you chew on it
it's just weird.
Yeah, it's pretty
very
weird.
weird. And so I've sent a few people emails that didn't get back to me, and tried to research, couldn't find any answers. I've read all of the cheese books. Nothing is ever discussed about that. So at first I thought it was over processing, like I was stirring it too much. I was really careful about my temperatures. Tried not to over process. Yeah, super careful. And I cannot figure it out.
Yeah.
So, but that's something I really want to do, is make good cheese. And we had a few batches that were really good.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, oh my gosh, that's so good, and love it. And then you open the next one, and consequently you're waiting, like for Parmesan, it's like 12 months.
Yeah.
10 to 12 months.
Yeah, we still got.
So you don't know that you've done it wrong until 10 months later.
Yeah.
So frustrating. So yeah, if anybody has any information on making cheese and why it would be rubbery,
yeah,
please let me know.
Yeah.
So I guess that's
that does it.
That does it. That's our
what
worked and what didn't for 25.
Yeah. Hopefully this helps some of you guys out, and help us out if you can.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Comment if you have any questions. I try to get back to people pretty quick, and let us know your thoughts. And we'll do another. In the description we'll link a couple of videos. The bacon video, and there was one other one. The chicken tractor video.
Chicken tractor video.
Yeah, the comparison on the chicken tractor. So I'll link those in the description.
Those are pretty good. Those would be helpful for some of those people that are.
Yeah, searching for some answers as well.
Yep.
And watch our next video. We'll talk about our goals for 26.